I have a really awesome guest here for you today. I know I say that with all the experts that come on. I love all my experts. They're all awesome. But you're in for a special treat today. I have Michael Maher on. Yeah, Michael Maher, the author of Seven Levels of Communication. I don't know how I managed to get this gentleman on, but I'm so thankful. I'm really excited. I'm like a kid in a candy store right now that I have this guy on. I can't wait to hear what he has to say. He's got so many great things that he does. He's had the #1 book on Amazon for the last 4 years, The Seven Levels of Communication, and I'm so fortunate to have him on. He's doing so many awesome things with helping real estate agents generate referrals, and he actually has on Facebook the most likes and fans for any speaker, author, or trainer in the real estate industry. Yeah, imagine that on Facebook. So, I mean, we could just get right into it and not waste any time. Without any further ado, Michael Maher, how are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that introduction, and looking forward to providing as much value as I can today. And you know what? Thank you for providing this forum for people to learn more, and hopefully, just think, if they just get one more referral from our conversation, then they paid for anything. They paid for anything that you are given to them. So this is fantastic. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the pleasure is definitely all on this end, Michael. So, okay. Well, I think that pretty much what I just said kind of speaks for itself. You've got an extremely successful, best-selling book on Amazon. In the real estate niche. So that really just speaks volumes for itself. What's new in terms of kind of like what you're doing in helping real estate agents get their referral business up and running?
Well, thank you for that. And what's new is a great category, because it's like what's new and exciting. And I'll tell you, from our end, I run a company called Referco, and we only do life-changing products. All we do is produce life-changing products and experiences for those that want to come to us. And so, yes, the book was very successful. 7L, very successful right out of the gate. And so people were like, wow, you know what you need to do is in fact, we got a call from a lady, and she was like, the event in your book, where's your next event? And I looked at my wife, and I was like, we don't have an event. So I got back on the line, and I was like, well, where are you at? And she was like, Des Moines, Iowa. And I was like, you know what? Could you get 100 people in a room in like 4 to 6 weeks in Des Moines, Iowa? And she goes, yeah. And so 4 weeks later, we did the first Gen Des Moines. Now we're 4 years later, and we are now up over 50 Gen events that we've thrown over the last 4 years. And that has led, of course, to Catalyst and coaching and Boost. And the thing that I'm most exciting, you were talking about what's new, is we're running masterminds all across the United States, because what we found is we have these events, everybody gets fired up, and they've got these lessons for generating referrals. Well, in about a week, that kind of wears off a little bit. Maybe they got a referral, maybe they didn't. And then what we found with these masterminds is with monthly masterminds, we can make a bigger impact. We can change lives. So Referco is that's what's new, is we're running masterminds.
Nice. Nothing like a good mastermind. I mean, those things are the best things since sliced bread.
Yeah.
So, okay, so let's just say we have a real estate agent, right, Michael?
Yeah.
They're brand spanking new. They just stepped out of the class.
Yep. Woohoo!
Yeah. So, obviously, the first thing they need to do right after they join a board and do all their legal things and dot all their I's and cross all their T's that way, the very next thing they need to do is obviously go out and buy your book. But then right after that, step by step, how can a new agent begin to take action for themselves and start to implement many of the things that you discuss in your books, an action plan, if you will, to really start to generate this word-of-mouth referral engine so that people can send them more clients?
Yeah. So the first and foremost thing is to commit. Commit. Just personally, professionally commit that you are going to do real estate for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, whatever that may mean, is commit. And when you commit, there's a special set of passion that you're going to fire up in your belly. So that's the first step. The second step is, listen, research shows that 4 out of your first 5 transactions, and that's for everybody, is going to be a referral. It's going to be a family member or someone you know who connects you to someone that they know. So the first step is you need to let those that are closest to you know that you need their help. You need to let them know that you are passionate about real estate, that you are passionate about helping people get into homes. Now, for some of you, you're like, well, I'm not sure if I'm passionate about this or not. I'm in real estate by default. I got laid off or over here or whatever. Okay, here's what listen, fake the passion. Fake the passion till you feel it. I mean, here's the thing is you need to let them know that you love real estate. Now, that doesn't mean you're not going to love, or that you might not love real estate in 6 months or a year and you change to something else. No big deal. But they need to know that you love it. When they know that you love it, what they will do is they will do whatever it takes to help you succeed in your passion. So that is the first thing, is let them know, listen, I've found my calling in real estate. I love helping people, and I love real estate, and I love homes. And listen, this isn't the HGTV world, but this is real. And I want you to know that this is the biggest financial investment of a person's life, and I love helping people make great financial decisions when it comes to their home. I'm going to need your help. When you come across anyone who needs help with buying, selling, or investing in real estate, please do me a favor. All I want you to do is point them my direction. It's their choice from there. If they don't choose me, that's fine. If they do choose me, that's great too. Bottom line is I'm going to need your help. That's it. I think the very first thing is you just need to let as many people as you know. Now, you're not going to ask them for referrals, right? I did not ask for referrals right there. What I did is I educated them on what I'm passionate about, what my biggest project is right now. And that's the difference, is too often people are out there, well, you got to ask for referrals. Yeah, that's the fastest way to the NFL, which is not the National Football League. It's the no friends left league. Don't stumble over anything. Speak from the heart. Speak passionately. Let people know that you're passionate about this, that you love it, and that you're going to help people no matter what. That's it.
Wow. That's great how you really just kind of simplify it, bring it right back down to the fundamentals, and just give it to people. That's good stuff. Okay, so moving forward on that, I know that you alluded to a few of the keys with all of that, but I guess it's really just kind of people have their work cut out for them. That way, it's just get focused, just get committed, and then you reach out to actually the sphere of influence. I believe that's what they would refer to, and that was a nice way, the way that you kind of clarify that a little bit, because I know I was told that when I first started getting into this, like, okay, so just call family and friends. Well, that's a little bit global. It's like, okay, yeah, call your family and friends, but then what do you say exactly after that, and kind of what's I know that there's a little more to it. I know there's more specifics to it. So I guess, is there any real keys that someone should really focus on as far as educating people on their passion? I know you said, like, don't ask for referrals, but I mean, is there just some specific do's and don'ts, or just just to get a little bit more granular with it? Is there any keys to focus on with that, or no, or is it just kind of cut and dry?
Yeah, the key would be to, the best thing in the world could be dig your well before you're thirsty. And dig your well before you're thirsty is, it would be great that if all your life before you got into real estate, you had been giving massive value to others. I mean, that would be ideal, right? The best time to build a great relationship was 10 years ago. Well, the second best time is today. So the bottom line is I would go to those I knew, call it a sphere of influence. We call it a community of influence. Your community of influence, and go out with the thought of the spirit of helpfulness. Go with the spirit of generosity, with the spirit of helpfulness, and see how you can help them. achieve their goals and conquer their challenges and enjoy their interests more. And what we found is that if you take the focus off of yourself and start focusing on just delivering value, and I mean not just little value, I mean massive value, help them achieve their goals, conquer their biggest challenges, and enjoy their interests more, what happens is reciprocity kicks in. And that's where you're going to need to train and hone your communication easily, right? Is just educate others that the finest way to help you, the thing that they can do for you is referrals. But you don't come out charging with the referral script or the asking for referrals. Give massive value first. They will say thank you, and then they will say, how can I help you? Well, the answer is referrals. They may say, what can I do for you? The answer is referrals. And what I found, and this is, Zig Ziglar quote, is you can have everything you want in life if you just help enough others get what they want in life. And listen, that's how it works. The more you help others achieve their goals, the more you will achieve your goals. The more you help others conquer their biggest challenges, the more others will help you conquer your biggest challenges. And the more you help others enjoy their interests more, the more you will get to enjoy what you love to do even more. So that's what we found with that's the 7L system. That's the generosity generation in a nutshell. And people are like, oh my gosh, I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't have or whatever it is. And the thing is this works faster. People are like, oh, that's going to work slower than all these other ways. But the truth is, it works faster. People can literally get a referral at their very first one-on-one or on their very first phone call with the right dialogue. Yeah, the mindset of desperation and the mindset of scarcity, right, is the fact of the matter is that you have value. You have the ability to help others. And sometimes people get into this scarcity mentality is, I can't be generous because I don't have money. Well, the fact of the matter is there are 7 ways to be generous, 7 ways to deliver massive value to others. And only one of them includes money. So it's one of those where you can give value right from the get-go by the people you know, by talking highly of others, by just thinking about others, that thought. It doesn't take much money. In fact, it takes very little money to get massive amounts of referrals. And I think the first thing is they, it's like, I'm so desperate, all I can think about is myself, right? And I will tell you, I've got the solution for self-esteem issues. A lot of times when people get into real estate, they have self-confidence issues, right? I don't quite know the paperwork. And quite honestly, when I started, I had confidence issues because I remember showing a couple of first weekends, and I was showing, and I was silently praying that they would not like the house, and they would not want to write an offer because I would be revealed. It's like I would like totally be exposed that I didn't have a clue how to write a contract. Think about that. The way paid in this industry is contracts and closings, and I was praying that it wouldn't happen, right? So what we have to do is we have to get over this mindset of, the cure to self-esteem. Self-esteem is how we think about ourselves or what we think of ourselves. And the way to overcome that, the way to get it is quit thinking about yourself. Think about others, and all of a sudden your self-esteem issues will go away. All you have to do is help others and add value to others, and all of a sudden you do that 1, 2, 3 times, and at the end of the 3rd call or the 3rd meeting, you are in this zone where, I will tell you, one of the best things that you can send a friend after a conversation is a book. I just did this, and it's been amazing. I do these conversations all the time with my ambassadors and champions, and I am looking for a call to action. I'm looking to do something. And after I just did this recently, sent a book. It was like $12 from Amazon. Sent it to her. Chris, listen to this. She responded by sending me an autographed first edition of Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. First edition, autographed by Dale Carnegie, which you can see the library behind, and you're seeing about 1/12 of my library. and it's like, I mean, that's like, but I want people to know that that is an example of how the world works when you lead with generosity. I spent $12. She reciprocated, I don't know what, it had to be at least $1,200 for a first edition, at least. It may be far more than that.
Oh my
She
God.
So what happens is that we give generosity. The world, people typically respond with reciprocity far beyond our wildest dreams. But it starts with generosity. It starts with this spirit of helpfulness and proactive generosity. I genuinely want to help you, and I'm going to help you. So, but notice my total spend on you was this conversation plus 2 minutes of texting plus $30 of books. What are the goals about typically when it comes to real estate? Like, what are some goals that you've heard realtors set, or you've heard trainers say realtors should set? What are some you've heard?
Oh boy.
A lot of these are lag indicators. There's lead indicators, and those are activities, right? And then there's lag indicators, which are results. Well, the first thing is they need to focus on the activities and not worry about the results right now. That's the first thing I would say. That's from a book called The 4 Disciplines of Execution. The 4 Disciplines of Execution. One of the co-authors is Stephen Covey, Jr. So it's great author, great book, and it talks about lag indicators versus lead indicators, and where you really should set your goal is with the lead indicators, because you have control. You don't have control over the results. All you have control over are your activities, and that's where a new agent tends to get frustrated. It's like, well, I don't have 12 transactions this month, or I didn't have 12 closings, or I don't have 10 listings. But those are all lag indicators. How'd you get contracts and closings and listings and all this? Well, it was from the activities you did, right? So we need to focus on the activities. And the number one thing that I say, that forget transaction goals, forget volume goals. Just if you have them, whoop-de-doo, right? Share them. Who can you share transaction and volume goals with, and they actually know what you're talking about? If you shared your volume goal, let's say your volume goal is 2 million. 2 million. Let's just throw it out there. It's a new agent. Let's say your volume goal is 2 million. Should a new agent have a conversation about credibility with someone they know? Should they hope that the other person makes their decision based on credibility? The answer is no, yeah. Right? Because competency-wise, they probably lose. That's the truth. There's people that are selling 200. We sell 200 homes every year. There's people that sell 500. There's people that have sold 1,400 homes every year. Do we really want the person across from us to choose based on transactions or volume? The answer is no, never. That, in my opinion, we want them to choose because we're the one that's going to care the most, and we're the ones that can add the most value to their life. So, in my opinion, right? Yeah. So here's the thing: is a conversation about transactions and volume is Joni doesn't have a clue. If you said 2 million, listen, in even Kansas City, that would be maybe 10 transactions at the most. So 10 think about that. Is that, yeah, 2 million. And Joni, first of all, might be thinking, you made $2 million and you drove up in that and you're splitting lunch with me? That's crazy, right? So the first thing is maybe they think they made $2 million, and we all know that you sell $2 million worth of real estate, you can still get food stamps. You qualify for food stamps at $1 million of production. So here's the thing is then they're like, wow, you must be helping a lot of families if you're going to make $2 million. Well, no, that's I did 10 transactions. 10? It's like, what were you doing all year? 10 transactions? And so we don't want to go down that path, because the most important reason we don't want to go down that path is because the other person has no clue. right? We can set transaction and volume goals, but who can we really share those with who understand what we're talking about? So Chris, who are some people we could share that with who actually understand what we're talking about? With your team, if you have a team, you could share them with your broker, right? You could share them with your coach, right? And you could share them with your spouse, maybe, right? So, but here's the thing: are other agents going to buy, sell, or invest in real estate with you?
No.
No. Is your coach going to buy, sell, or invest in real estate with you?
Nope.
No. Is your broker or owner or team leader going to buy, sell, or invest in real estate with you?
Nope.
No. And so is your spouse going to buy, sell? Here's the thing. If your spouse is looking to sell, you got bigger issues than just real estate, right? So the fact of the matter is the people you can share these with aren't going to invest in you or your process. So what if I gave the ultimate goal? What if I gave the perfect goal for every realtor to set, that not only you could share it with everyone, but they would not only understand it, they would also want to help you achieve your goal because it also serves their purposes. Would you like me to share that?
I would love for you to share that.
You know what? I gotta go. The call's time's up. But if they do want to find that out, they can go for $19.99. No, I'm just kidding. So here's the thing, right? So we have about 5 minutes left, and it's one of those where, listen, the number one thing here is the number one goal to set is a referral goal. Now I could tell you, hey, set a referral goal, but the beauty that I bring to this is that I'm in the field, and I've been in the field for 15 years, selling real estate and getting massive amounts of referrals. So I'm not going to just say set a referral goal. I'm actually going to give you exactly how to word it so that others are interested in helping you achieve your goal, which is the perfect way to go, right? So the thing, especially for the newer agents, that they should be sharing is a referral goal that's structured. I will give 2 times the amount of referrals and receive the 1-time amount of referrals in a year, right? Or in a certain time period. So that's the formula, and that doesn't sound pretty, but here's an example, right? I will give 100 referrals and receive 50 referrals in this year, in the next 12 months, right? I will give 100 referrals and receive 50 referrals in the next 12 months. You like that goal? No, you find people who need help.
Oh, generally speaking? Okay.
Yeah, and here's the thing: is everyone needs help. I mean, that everyone needs help. I've had calls with billionaires. I've had people that are CEOs of multi-billion-dollar companies, and guess what? They all have biggest challenges. They all need help of some sort or another. And what's interesting is we think of CEOs as being, it's like not having any problems. But you know what's interesting about life is one person can be a 10 in one aspect of their life and be a 0 or a 1 in another aspect. And that's where they're like, I really wish I was healthier, or I really wish I had a better relationship with my son, or I really wish that I had a better relationship with my spouse, or I wish I knew of a nonprofit that I could, really partner with. So what's interesting is people are 10s in one aspect and 0s and 1s in the others, and that's where you can help them. You can add value to their life. And here's the thing: is you talk about going to the chamber, and that's a very common response. And we, when people are like, I don't have a very big SOI or community of influence, COI, and people are like, well, go out and network, go out to chambers and things like that. And I think that's a good first. But the first thing that I'm going to have that new agent do: set your butt down, make a list of the people you know. I dare you to have less than 100 people you know. It just doesn't happen. You're going to write down, and if you're over 21, you know over 100 people, unless you were raised in somewhere dorky like Bristol, Connecticut. I'm just kidding. But in all reality, unless you're from some small town in Kansas or you're going to have a community of influence of at least 100 people. Dunbar says it's 150. But here's the thing. I would make a list, and then I was like, what do those people do that you know? What's funny is you're going to make that list. One of those people is going to be a contractor. That's the person that you should be referring, right? That's the person you should at least start with, is start with those you know, and then when you can't fill a gap, then go out to the people that you don't know, right? So that's the first thing. And I have to give this, I gave you the yearly goal, and that's just one example. For us, it was always, let's give 1,000 referrals and receive 500 referrals. And we've received over 500 referrals for the last 10 years. And you know that the average real estate agent gets 2 or 3 referrals a year, and we've averaged over 500. So how does that happen? Well, it happens because we break it down to this one phrase. And that is, my weekly referral goal is to give 10 referrals and receive 5 referrals. My weekly referral goal is to give 10 referrals and receive 5 referrals. That is the number one thing that every agent that's listening to this should share at a chamber event, share at a networking event, share with their friends, share at the store, share at softball, share at golf, share at bunco, whatever they do. That is the goal that they should be sharing. I mean, Chris, analyze that sentence. My weekly referral goal is to give 10 referrals and receive 5 referrals. What are you hearing when you're across from someone and they share that goal with you? They said my weekly referral goal, and let's say I'm a financial planner and you're a commercial real estate agent. You're sitting across from a financial planner, and the financial planner, you're like, well, what are your goals? Which is a great question, right? And the financial planner says, my weekly referral goal is to give 10 referrals and receive 5 referrals. That's my goal. What do you think about that financial planner? The definition of a giver is someone who gives more than they receive, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Hey, I'm a giver, right? I mean, that doesn't work, right? Somebody says, hey, I'm a giver. Well, really? You know, great. But instead of telling somebody something, is it better for you to tell them, or is it better for you to show them?
Yeah,
What you do speaks so loudly I can't hear what you're saying. So, and not only that, but here's the other part of this too, is, did I say that I'm a giver? Did I say, is it more important what I say, or is it more important what the other person thinks?
what the other person thinks.
That's right. So it was their idea, in fact, it was your idea in this case, that I was a giver. It was your idea. Great idea. And yes, I want you to have that idea. So now here's the other thing. The my weekly part of this gives a sense of urgency to it, right? So I don't want to discount the my weekly referral goal, because that's important. But let's go back to give 10, receive 5. I'm a financial planner. You're a commercial real estate agent. So what do you know, besides the financial planner being a giver, what do you know about the financial planner and his business? What do you know? The thing is we went from common knowledge. We assume certain things, that maybe a financial planner would grow their business through marketing, advertising, and referrals, and so on and so forth. But by this financial planner sharing this goal with you, my weekly referral goal is to give 10 referrals and receive 5 referrals, we know something different about this financial planner, right? We know that this financial planner grows his business by referrals. Yes? Right?
Okay, yeah.
And not only that, but we know that referrals are important to him. We now know that. We didn't know it before. We might have assumed it, but now we know it, right? We know referrals are important to him. Here's the other thing, is referrals are not only important to him, but he wants and needs referrals, right?
Right.
And all right, so and then here's the other thing is, okay, so we know referrals are very important to this person. The next thing is, would you invest in this financial planner?
Yeah.
You would, right? And if you were to invest in him, How would you invest in the financial planner? What do you know would rock his world if you did it for him? So you would invest, and here's the other thing. Chris, would you give me $1 if I gave you $2 every time you gave me $1?
Of course.
You would do that all day long forever, right? Because you'd be doubling your money. Well, it's the same way. Is you would invest in this financial planner with a referral because he's likely to do what? He's likely to reciprocate, and not only reciprocate, but he's likely to give you 2 referrals, right?
Yeah.
Because his weekly referral goal is to give 10 and receive 5. So, and listen, we spent 10 minutes on my weekly referral goal is to give, and just so you know, is every single agent that's listening to this, every single professional who's embraced that. I'm not sure if we could have covered anything more important to your success than having a referral goal, and more specifically having a weekly referral goal. And Chris, I just have to say, thanks a million for having me on today. I really appreciate it. That was awesome. If they want to check out the book, have them go to the bookonreferrals.com. That'll get you 7L. Go to miraclemorningagent.com. That'll get you the Miracle Morning for Real Estate Agents. And then, of course, thank you for pointing out the Facebook site, facebook.com/referral guru. Over 70,000 likes and fans right now. We're growing leaps and bounds every single day. Chris, thank you for what you do for the industry and for the agents listening to this. And I'll talk to you later today, buddy. I got to go. Sorry. Thank you.
You got it, Michael. Thank you.